Agreed. Yeah.
Rick Thues.
Okay. Well, does anyone remember Brother Tim?
Yes.
Brother
Oh,
Tim?
yeah.
Driving instructor.
Driver's ed.
Oh yeah, I had for driver's ed. I didn't remember that until just now. That's right.
Did he do something else? That's all I remember.
Well, he tried to teach us algebra.
Oh.
And he actually turned out to be a pretty good teacher. This story has two epiphanies. They happened in the same day, and they were both at the hand of Brother Tim. Brother Tim was explaining how to solve for a variable. And he was explaining that you had to do something on this side of the equal sign and the same thing on the other side of the equal sign. And I was just dense, I guess, because I didn't get it. So, of course, in my normal style, I raised my hand and I asked him, I just don't get this, Brother Tim. Why do you do the same thing on the left as you're doing on the right? And he says, and he points right at the equal sign. And he says, because both sides are equal. And I said, well, everything on the left side, he says, is equal to everything on the right side. So if you do something to one side, you have to do the same thing to the other side. And just the bells went off, my eyes opened, and ultimately, because of my involvement with computers, where algebra and logic are at the heart of computers and programming, he sort of sketched out a direction for my life. Well, about this time, well, right after I asked the question, somebody that was sitting behind me, so he had to have a name later in the alphabet than T. And so it wasn't you, Bruce, but it might have been a football player, started poking me in the back and saying, stupid, 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 stupid. Brother Tim saw this going on. He walks over to us. He stands us both up and he says, Ricki, poke him back. You know, I'm just this kid getting abused by the bully. And so I sort of, you know, I aim my finger, but I don't actually touch him. And he pokes me right in the chest. And I hesitate, and he pokes me in the chest again.
Hey, Ricki, you sure that wasn't John Stoneman? That sounds like something Stoneman
could very well have been John. Because
ST, yeah.
It could really have been.
Yeah. Tischler comes after Thues.
So Brother Tim puts his one hand on each of our shoulders and says, meet me behind the seminary after school.
With the boxing gloves.
So we sit down. After school, we show up behind the seminary, and Brother Tim is there standing in his makeshift boxing rink. And he puts gloves on both of us. He puts us in the ring, doesn't give us any training, no advice, nothing. He just says, box it out. And so whoever this was, and I should know, but
I'm sure it wasn't Zimmerman.
It could very well have been Zimmerman. Between the
you'd be dead.
What? Well,
you'd be dead if it was Zimmerman.
I'm not sure it was. But the adversary punches me in the chest, and I just haul off and hit him. And he hits me back, and it doesn't hurt. We're wearing gloves, and we hit each other, and we hit each other, and we see we're not doing a damn thing to each other, but we start laughing. And the two of us are just in the rink, hitting each other, laughing our asses off. And whoever it was never bothered me again. Whether it was Stoneman or Zimmerman or even Bruce. Who knows who it was? But they never bothered me again. Every time that we passed each other, it was hi, it was amiable. And so I learned that you just stand up to the bullies.
That's a great
Between
story.
those two epiphanies, both happened
Yeah.
on the same day, both of them at the hands of Brother Tim. It really did redirect my life a little bit. That's the
Very
story.
nice.